Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show, your number one all New York sport podcast covering Formula One. I'm your host, Dominic Konoweski. Now, as we go into Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the biggest question going into this race, at least for Mercedes, is how much longer does driver Valtteri Bottas have in his Mercedes portion of his Formula One career? The former Williams driver, turned Mercedes driver a few years back, has not done much with the World Championship winning team, as teammate Lewis Hamilton continues to absolutely dominate the field of Formula One the past few seasons. Valtteri Bottas seems to truly be the true definition of what is a second driver. Just getting little success with a best of second place in the Drivers' Championship multiple times, yet to win his own. So with that said, there have been a lot of rumors about George Russell, the current Williams driver, replacing Bottas in the 2022 Formula One season. Of course, we're only going to be 6 races into this season coming this race weekend, but overall, Valtteri Bottas has really set this up for himself. I'm going to go over that in a second. Of course, as you guys could see, big Williams fan. Okay, kind of wish Robert Kubica still race for them, but overall, I like George Russell. I think he's going to do great things if he gets the Mercedes opportunity. Now, I'm going to start off with that. The Mercedes opportunity. George Russell ended up doing a race for Mercedes last season, taking place for Lewis Hamilton, who had COVID. So, overall, I wouldn't really say that expectations were that high for George Russell, mainly due to him going from literally the definition of backmarker equipment to pure top championship race-winning equipment in the span of just a race weekend. Okay, and he did great. He led a lot of laps, had the race in the back, ended up being a Mercedes team error that costed him the win, and he ended up moving his way up through the field and just had a great race whatsoever, and ended up out of running Valtteri Bottas. He finished in front of Valtteri Bottas in his first race in a Mercedes. Okay, that says a lot right there, and yes, Bottas had his own problems, Hey, Valtteri, it's James. We all know that meme, folks. I love that meme. So, of course, George Russell will not be replacing Lewis Hamilton. Okay, I don't think no matter how bad Lewis Hamilton gets, no one would be replacing him just for all the success he has gotten. But Valtteri Bottas, he's gotten little success. And I'm going to get to that right now. Now, this is going to be purely stat-wise. If you're not a fan of stats, it's okay if you click off this video. I won't be hurt or anything, because I'm going off of pure stats and just opinion, I feel like, overall. So, in 162 races entered, Valtteri Bottas has started 161 of those. In those 161, he has 9 wins, just giving him a 5.6 win percentage, which is very low when you look at Lewis Hamilton, who wins 9+ races a season. Okay, Lewis Hamilton wins as many races in the season than Valtteri Bottas has won in his career. That says a lot. And they're on the same team, same equipment. It's honestly baffling. Okay. He does have 59 podiums, so in 36.4 of the races he has been in, he has gotten at least a top 3 finish. Overall, I feel like that's some kind of consistency, but get this, average finish, 7th place. You're on Mercedes, the best team undisputedly in the Formula One grid, and you finish 7th place. And then your average start is 6 on your career. That's not good. A 7th place career average finish for a championship winning team is not good whatsoever. When you look at a field of just 20 cars week in and week out, you're finishing in the mid-pack, essentially. Those are not good results whatsoever. And may I just add, he has DNF'd almost 10% of the races he has been in. 9.9%, 16 DNFs. He almost has as many DNFs as he has poles, 17 pole awards, and out of those 17 poles, he has won 5 times off the pole position. So 5 out of his 9 wins have come starting P1. when you look at teammate Lewis Hamilton, he blows him out. Of course, Valtteri Bottas blows out George Russell stat-wise, just based off equipment alone, because George Russell, of course, has had a lesser fortunate equipment. Overall, I would say Williams produces consistent equipment. It's just not the fastest. You never really see them having any issues on the track in general or having a DNF. They just don't have fast cars. If Williams is able to fix that, I do believe George Russell would win races. Now, going into this off-season, I do not think anything would happen during this season. That's why I'm saying off-season. Unless Valtteri Bottas absolutely collapses, don't think anything will happen. Going into this off-season, though, I could honestly see George Russell taking Bottas' spot. Mercedes is a winning team. They're a championship-winning team, and both drivers and constructors, they want winning drivers, and George Russell could provide them that. I feel like if that does happen, that will mark the end for Valtteri Bottas' Formula 1 career. Unless he drops back down to Williams, that would be truly an interesting one to watch. And the environment right now with him and Mercedes is not the best. Okay, Mercedes is saying that it's Valtteri Bottas' fault mainly on why they were not able to get that tire off in Monaco, and he said that he was hurt by that and kind of shocked. I do not think the blood is okay, or definitely a lot of bad blood between Bottas and Mercedes from at least what I take of it. I do not think he's going to be saying in stat-wise, I do not think he belongs in a Mercedes car. George Russell will be a Mercedes driver at least within the next 2 seasons. You could count on that, folks. Comment down below what you guys think. I'm your host, Dominic Konowski, the New York Sports Show, and I'm signing out. Peace.